is pour another quart into a pint, because everything that I really wanted to say, Sister Gloria so beautifully articulated it. Some of it was funny, but it was real. It was real. I would say this to any artist who want to excel. That's the difference between practice and rehearsal. Practice is the initial act of getting a song or a play or whatever together. But rehearsal is two words, re-over, and rehearsal is really obsolete. Amen. Means you're going to redo what you've initially done. And you're going to do it until it's perfected, not okay. Nobody is hired to do anything because they're okay. They're hired to do it because they're excellent. Yeah. That is the word that every person who's in ministry ought to seek. Excellent. Amen. You know, Daniel. Daniel was so preferred because the Bible declared that there was an excellent spirit found in him. Yeah. There were good people, but you need an air or a spirit of excellence. Yeah. Now, I want to encourage all of you who really want to go to the next level. Amen. You have to have a next level mentality. Yeah. Amen. You got to see it and want it. Yeah. And then you got to associate yourself with people who can keep you up. People who can keep you up and give you a drive. And we're saying in here today that iron sharpeneth iron. I don't run with wood. I don't run with paper. Come on now. You understand what I'm saying? I run with people, amen, not necessarily who want to go where I want to go, but people who've already been where I want to go. That's it. And if you want to get, it's a whole different thing when you do local performances as you do national or international. Now, for many of our groups, international performances is an unheard of thing. You got to learn how to get out of the box, but many of them don't know they're in there. Now, I was listening to Sister Gloria. You made some very fantastic points. I'm going to call a group name Case in Point. All right. Dr. McKenzie. Okay. Right. Okay. One of the greatest lead singers, one of the greatest artists that we have today. Yeah. But Dr. McKenzie will not allow anybody other than his son to do his sound. Yeah. Oh, all right. He will not allow it because, sad to say, there are shooters. In the body of Christ. And their main point is to prove that you ain't all that good. You know, so we gonna show you. I've seen them walk by and step on the card and shut the whole system down. I've seen Doc, when everything went off, Doc just did this, and the group came together, and he hushed the audience and carried the message on. So a lot of groups stop and go to looking around, and you bring what was not necessary to your appearance, you bring it to the forefront. You got to be aware that anything could happen at any time. So when you rehearse, how do you rehearse? Do you rehearse for different contingencies that may crop up? Or do you know only one thing? Let's get in here and do it. My group will rehearse one song 2.5 hours. We don't have bathroom breaks. We take them before we go in. We don't have sit-down moments. Why are you sitting down? We in rehearsal. We ain't in relaxation. All right. You know, so we must rehearse. And 2.5 hours will get every vocal where it's supposed to be. Don't tell me we're going to wing it. Or y'all excuse us, and if we make a mistake, take it for love. No, I can't take it for no love. I can't take it for no love. My children have called me all of their life Joe Jackson. That's my name in my family, Joe Jackson. And when my wife would try to soften me up, she'd say, well, you know that. I said, go on out the room. Go on out the room. No. We don't harbor excuses. They can do this. And if they cannot do this, then they don't need to be in this. And then when she would try to soften me up, you know, she was Mother Jackson, and Mother Jackson tried to soften up, and I would have to put Mother Jackson out the room and lock the door. You can't come in here. Amen. And then sometimes I would be really rough on them. because I knew they had potential.
Right.
But laziness can overrun potential, give you the opportunity. And so what I would do, I say, and Sister Gloria, I chose the hardest group, the Everetties.
Yeah.
If you sing the Everetties music and get it right, you got a good ear.
Yeah. All right.
Amen. It ain't that I met my mother on my climbing up. That's okay if that's what you do. But that ain't on the scene right now. You know, but when you do the Everetties music, everybody has to be on point.
Yeah.
And I would give them the hardest song, and I would tell them, now sing that. And they would try it and try it and try it. And I would listen to it. I said, this is horrible. And their mother sometimes when she in the room, oh, they really doing good. I said, this is horrible. And if that's what you hear, you got some horrible hearing. You got to go. You got to go. I can't take this. You go sit and pack this up. I told them excellence. You can't accept anything less. So after I would fuss at them for a minute, they would be crying. I said, what y'all crying about? Who died? I said, I tell you what, get out. Get out the room. I don't have time for that. I let them go out of the room for about 10 minutes. Now y'all come on back in here and try that again. And they would come in and nail it. It got to the point now, Alexis would tell me, what would you like to hear? And I tell them, okay, Sunday morning I want y'all to give me this particular song at the church. Okay, they walk off. Sunday morning I thought they done, forgot it. And they said, oh, that's right, we got one more song. And they would hit that song. And I mean, I'm literally sitting up there like somebody just scolded me. I'm crying.
Yeah.
They nailing this song.
Yeah.
And I know it's difficult.
Yeah.
And they would nail it. And from that point on, I didn't have to go through all of those changes. Right. It became inbred.
Yeah. Right.
Amen. Don't let your kids, your group get away with mediocrity. We spent 8 days in Jerusalem, sung in Jerusalem, sung in Ramallah, sung in Hebron, amen, sung upon Mount Sinai. At the Church of the Nativity, no other group in the world has sung at the stage. In the Church of the Nativity, 3 factions run that church: Muslim, Palestinians, and Jews. You have to get a written permission to sing at the altar. Now, if you're a traveling group, you can sing in the back only 5 minutes. When they said the Jones family singers were in the Holy City, they had already signed the papers for us to do it. It's on YouTube. We went right to the stage and sung at the altar. Went from there to St. George's Cathedral. What I'm trying to tell you, good singers won't get you to Jerusalem.
There you go.
But awesome, great, talented will get you around the world. Spend 8 days. The Jerusalem consulate and the American consulate come together and say, we want them. They paid for everything. We stayed 2 blocks from the old city and had a chance to go to the graveyard where Jesus was buried. And Joseph of Arimathea had some money. Don't fool yourself. That grave looked good even today. And then went to Germany. Stayed 5 days in Germany. Come back from Germany and went to Russia. 14 days, 7 cities. What I'm saying to you is who you represent is important. And who you are is even more important. So musicians, learn to play with your vocals. They didn't come to hear you. Learn to play with your vocals and play skillfully like David. It wasn't preaching that drove the demon out of David. It was music. David had a 16-string flutina. You call it a harp today. And he would sit down, and I had a sermon playing the hell out of a king. Wow. Because that's what he did. When he would play, that demon would be confused and leave Solomon. And go away. That's the only way Solomon got peace of mind. Through the gospel music of the anointed psalmist. So when people say singing ain't gonna save you, let me tell you the problem with that. God said he chose the foolishness of preaching not to save the world, but them that believe. That is the purpose of preaching. But the gospel message, whether it's in song or the written word, has the same ability and authority. And so for people who say stuff out of order, they confuse the issue, send the church down the wrong path. Know what it is you've been called to do and do it with a purpose. Went to the Netherlands and we were in the eastern part of the Netherlands, and they had earth, wind, and fire. They had, I don't know if any of you all remember, you remember Castro Coleman. Castro Coleman used to play for the Williams Brothers, and he had his own group. Now he's Mr. Simp. He's singing a variety of different kind of music. Overseas, Castro Coleman is like the Beatles almost.
All right.
I mean, everywhere Castro go overseas, people come. So we were trailing with the blind boys. We would be in one place, blind boys follow us. Then we would go to another place, and we follow the blind boys. Anyway, while we was anybody familiar with Anthony Hamilton? And the Hamilton? They sang a little R&B, but their R&B is straight up quartet. I mean, they get on a drive there, and you forget that they sing blues. But anyway, when we got ready to hit the stage, who at the stage? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Who at the stage on this side? Anthony Hamilton. And we was driving that I Am and working it, so they forgot that they were part of the audience. They jumped up on the stage and went to rocking with us. And one of the stage hands said, "No, I told him, leave him alone. Leave him alone, let him rock." Because of what we do don't have enough ability and energy in it to draw even them into our world. We wasted our time for energy. And they say to me, "Why do you play in all these clubs?" Because of what Jesus told me to do. Go ye therefore into all the world. Now, y'all need a definition for all. Here it is. All means all, and that's all that all means. It's just that simple. So what you have been given and what she has shared, what all of you have shared, come down to this one thing. It is ministry over money, ministry over matter. It is ministry, period. And ministry is simply serving that which have been entrusted into your care. Be the best you can be. And don't let folk fool you. I had a man tell me, and I'm going to my seat, I had a man tell me, say, "You know what? I see what your problem is." And I said, "I'm sure you're going to tell me. Go ahead." He said, "Yeah. See, your problem is you just so holy and just so righteous. You're the only one." I stood there for a minute. I looked at him, I said, "You see that too? I am what I am. Hallelujah. Holiness without which no man shall see the Lord." So that's the absolute standard. I'm not Kojic, I'm not Baptist, I'm not Methodist. I am holy. I am what God requires of me. I said, now, as far as righteous, the Bible said righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach to any people. So if I want to raise the dead, I have to have the quality that's called righteous. Amen. If righteousness exalts a nation, if I want to wake up a house, it comes through my righteous living. Amen. You can't sing or preach or pray beyond what you live. So I want to say to all of you, we have been given. I think we'll do this again. Amen. I think we're going to do this. This is preparatory. This is getting us ready for chapter 2. Because when we come to chapter 1, we know we're on the right road. But the enemy don't fight what's tearing down his kingdom. We don't. And I think if we zero in on it and pinpoint it now for chapter 2, which is the next level, it's going to work fine. It's in our presentation and our advice. advertisement, then I think that the next one is going to do well. What that shed was to do was to take a bass player and let him play. And then call various styles of music to see if you have the relevance. If you don't, then we're teaching you a lesson. You got to become more affluent.
All right.
Amen. Not just as punting or Putin. Okay. All right. I don't want to disturb the issue. I'm with him. I'll say, Greg, that's good. Amen. And Greg walked all over what's reasonable and what's right. He made some valid points. Listen. There's a band in Houston. The pastor said, if you want some Koji, and they go to play in Koji. He said, but if you want apostolic,
Come on now.
he said, if you want a little R&B,
Come on now. Yeah.
you want some jazz.
All right.
And they could play all of it.
Yeah.
They were introduced and influenced. See, music is the universal language, and they don't know all this foolishness that we label on it. Worldly music. What is worldly music? All music that you hear now came from the church. It's just modified. Amen. They just put their own twist on it and they labeled it. But music is the universal language. In Germany, they didn't understand what we were saying, but when we got to rocking, they would rock into it. You know, amen. It brought us together. So I'm saying to you, the shed, he would play, and then a shed musician would get with him on the bass and show him. Lead guitar, the same. Amen. The keyboard, the same. That's what, and then explain not only the theory of music, but the practice of it. And to show you levels. Amen. If I'm singing, you need to hear me. If I'm speaking, you need to know when to trail me. Because a preacher was up preaching just a few days ago, musician playing my dog bigger than your dog. And he kept doing this, he kept doing this, he kept doing it. I said, man, won't you just tell him to quit? And I forgot, I just said it out loud. Just tell him to quit. Because that couldn't have been me. That couldn't have been me, and I'm trying to give you good wisdom, and you would back there bamming, I would knock your bam out. But I would tell you, stop! And give you that look from Louisiana. And then go right on back to doing what I'm doing. Amen. So we have been blessed. To be honest with you, there has not been a speaker, whether you've been put in the spot, because you're never on the spot, you ought to always be ready. But if you've been put in place, it shows that you master your craft. I hate when I hear people say, well, I didn't know I was on to speak, but I'm going to do the best I can. One of my deacons did that. I gave him a Tuesday night to teach. He said, well, I didn't get a chance to study like I should, but we're going to do this together. I said, no, we're not. You're going to sit down. No, we're not going to do anything together. You're going to sit down and listen. I don't have no time for you to practice on me. You know? Amen. But you said Minister Q is his name? Bruh, you are a beast. Impromptu speaking is part of your character. I didn't know you covered Reverend Michael Robinson. I would think that you were initiated all along. I could hear you. Mr. Greg, bestiality is all in you. Man, you impressed me. Amen. And I'm somebody to impress. I'm not like folks who say, well, I ain't nobody. Yes, I am. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And I am a gift to the body of Christ. And I want you to know you impressed me, though. I would hear you again. You know, I was about to go to sleep in spaghetti. Gave me a sleep ministry. I'm telling y'all, asleep almost. But you revived me today. And my hat, if I had one on, is in the chair. It's off to you, man. You did a fantastic job. And that rap you got,
Oh, yeah.
do you not know I was rapping long years ago? You remember Bones in the Valley?
Oh, yeah.
Amen. God called Ezekiel, be called thee one why? Said to go in the valley, then you prophesy. Ezekiel went in the valley, I will be some friends. Said, old dry bones, you got to rise today. Bones will rub it in the shining sand. Bones will dress it like a natural man. Toe bone connected to the football tight. Football connected to the ankle to the right. And here comes the leg bone. Yes, he did. And then he got the kneecap to hold it with there. But I don't skip it at God's command. Connected to the hip bone. They can have a command. I was doing that a long time ago. And whether in Germany, whether in Spain, whether in France, they loved it. And it's playing today in heavy rotation. Man, keep doing what you're doing. You blew me away when we played it on KYND, and the people would call and say, who is that? You know what I told them? Oh, that's my friend. And I hadn't met you yet. But I took ownership of you. Oh, that's my homie. That's my friend. And he's doing it. Amen. And they love it. And I'm going to do everything I can to introduce it on a global scale, starting tonight. I'm going to start tonight. I believe in that song and in you. And I'm going to tell you, all of y'all got great favor because of love. Because of love. This is one lady I know that has always been a lady. She always dressed nicely. Always kept her hair wasn't fighting. Have they ever been introduced to a comb? Or is it a comb their enemy? But she's always been presentable, always been wonderful, amen, and always with her husband. She's never run wild. Amen. Never run wild. And he loved her and respect her moves. Because I know some brothers, I mean, their wife can't move to the left. They right there with her. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Amen. I know you're going to be, you're going in the back. I'll be right here. Amen. So I encourage the family. You are blessed because of your foundation. Here is your foundation. Amen. Thank God for your parents. Godly parents who would not let you do everything and anything at any time. Amen. But they raised you in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. The Bible said, for this is right. So thank you for the part that you blessed me to play. I'm so happy to hear all of it. You've enriched my life. You called me to dream big and stand tall and reach further. I can't be the same after today. So part two, coming soon.